Steve, a new study finds the number of illegal immigrants living in the U.S. is actually higher than we previously thought, by a lot. The study found that 22.1 million illegal immigrants were living in our country, over double the previously estimated 11 million.
Well, here to explain how they came up with the new number are the authors of that study, Professor of Operations Research, Public Health and Engineering at Yale University, Edward Kaplan, and Professor of Economics and Management at Yale University, Jonathan Feinstein. Good morning, and thanks for being with us.
Good morning, Anna. How are you?
Fantastic. Thanks for asking. Jonathan, I'll start with you. How have we been wrong for so long, and how did you figure out a new way to study these numbers?
Yes, the numbers we have, about 11 million, are based on survey approaches in which they go out into the community and ask individuals to explain about their country of origin. We looked at those approaches and we saw that they potentially were not going to be valid. It's difficult to get individuals who are undocumented to respond to a survey like that. It's hard to locate them. They certainly have a reason not to be located. They may not answer truthfully on the survey. So we thought it was a good opportunity to take a different approach and see, using a different approach, what kind of numbers we got.
Ed, did you look
and it turned out we got very different numbers.
Ed, did you look at border crossings? Did you look at overstayed visas? What were we looking at?
Okay, so the simple logic is that we just look at everyone who's coming into the country and subtract everyone who's leaving. So coming into the country, you're exactly right. We're looking at border crossings. We're looking at people who are overstaying their visas. Those are the two main ways that undocumented immigrants come in. And then leaving the country, people, of course, who are detained and then deported are a major source of this. Also, people leave voluntarily. People die, and some people gain legal status. So again, the essence of our approach is to say, what was the initial population in about 1990? We think it was about 3.5 million. You add everyone who comes in, you subtract everyone who goes out. It does not involve asking anybody any questions. It's based working with operational data.
So if your numbers are correct, it sounds like we probably need to change the way that we're dealing with our problem of illegal immigration. Jonathan, how confident are you in these numbers? Do we need to do more research in a similar fashion?
Well, we certainly do, but I want to add as well that this is really a product of history, of American history. The modern history starts in about 1990, and from that time to now, there was a very large increase, we believe, in the number of undocumented individuals from 1990 into the middle 2000s. It's important to recognize that since 2008, the number has actually been quite stable. So we have a much better control over our borders than we had previously.
Right, but the number keeps going up, correct? Ed?
Actually, it's been quite stable over the past 10 years.
Right. Actually, Jonathan is right. The number doesn't keep going up. The number has actually been flat since about 2008. The question is just, where has that number been? So it's important to emphasize here, we're not saying that the population of undocumented immigrants has factually doubled.
Right.
What we are saying is that it was higher all along and underestimated for all of these years. And we believe it was underestimated because of this survey approach.
Just real quick.
We should also add,
just real quick,
there is a lot of uncertainty.
But isn't that, you're telling me we always had 22 million illegals? They just keep dying or leaving or get naturalized?
Not always, but for the past 10 years, the number has been stable. And by the way, 22 million is an average over many, many different replications of our basic model. The number I would say we're more confident in is a conservative estimate of 16.7 million, which is 50% higher than what was previously believed. We're quite confident that there are at least that number. But there easily could be as many as 22 million, and in fact, the upper range of our simulations reached as far as 29 million.
All right, gentlemen, thank you. Edward Kaplan and Jonathan Feinstein from Yale University. Thanks so much.